Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some Farming Simulator 25. This is Yurok and welcome to a new series, and this is going to be our animals only challenge, and this is on the Frankenmuth map. Now if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, and also don't forget to leave comments down below. Now we started here on the farm. We deleted all the buildings except for the house and the big garage there. I'll just show you, this is the land we own. We own these two plots here, which are grass right now, but they're not a field, so we'll have to convert that into a field, but we're going to cut it first. And we have this one big gigantic wheat field. Now all the fields on this map are huge. Just to show you, this one's 335,000. We can only do we can only do one harvesting contract or three other contracts, which are plowing and fertilizing only, because we have to use our own equipment. And the reason why we can only do one, you can see. We could do a baling contract also, as opposed to fertilizing or plowing. But you see this harvesting contract, 80,000. Now we can't harvest this one because it is oats. We can only use wheat. So we could do this wheat harvest contract because we will get a little bit of extra wheat off of it, and we're going to be doing animals only. So the only crops we can grow or harvest on contracts would be wheat, barley, and sorghum, and that would be for chickens. Now we're only going to plant wheat, but if we get a sorghum or a barley contract, we could do it. But one harvesting contract because they're so expensive, and then three other contracts, which will basically equal what that one does. Now, what we have here, we have a multigrain buying silo. We have a fermenting silo. That's going to be for our TMR. We won't be selling anything. The only thing we can sell on this challenge is animal products. That's it. So we will be building a dairy once we have enough money for it. We do have a goat pasture here that I believe holds 104, and a chicken house that holds 700. We have no animals yet. We have to purchase those. But we have a lot to harvest on this wheat field, so we're going to go ahead and we do have the big harvester, big planter. We have a forage wagon that holds an insane amount, like 200 something thousand. We have a fertilizer spreader, a lime spreader, and then we have the plow. We have three tractors. A tanker here for the milk. We have a roller, a baler, one trailer, and like I said, three tractors. Now, one tractor is going to be used mainly for. Let's go ahead and get in. No, this one over here. We'll park him over here by the field. Now, we also have a silo on the side of our garage here, that will be for storing wheat, and that's all that we will be storing there. We can't sell the wheat. We can only sell products from the animals, so milk and eggs. Now, we are going to be selling milk initially. We do have this huge harvester here. We're going to get him over to the edge of the field over here, get him started on harvesting this. We're going to be cutting grass and baling while he is doing this harvesting. Now, we did get the big harvester because these fields are gigantic, but that is all we will have. We will not be buying any more equipment. We can only have the one harvester. We have the three tractors we need. This field is an odd-shaped field, but we're going to go ahead and get him started on it. Now, the only thing I don't like about this map is the ditch. The ditches that go all the way around. But the harvesters, and they seem to be able to get out of it. Alright, so... Alright, let's stop him real quick. I need to put that on swath mode. And then we'll start him back. Alright, so he will be doing that. Now this harvest is not going to be great. It only had 22% on it. So, there's nothing we could do about that. We inherited it, but it will give us enough wheat to get started with chickens. Now, these two plots here, it is, like I said, it's not a field, it's just grass. But we're going to cut it, and then we're going to make this into a grass field. But first things first, let's go ahead and lower that. And then lower that. Unfold it. Unfold that. And lower it. Go ahead and cut that on. Hit G. And lower that. Cut that on. Oop, hit the wrong button. Lower. Lower. Alright, it is on swath dropping, so now we can start. And we're going to be cutting this grass. Or not. So apparently we can't cut this. Alright, so that changes things. Let's go ahead and just move him out of the way. Go ahead and just turn those off. I was hoping I could cut that grass, but we can't. So let's just go ahead and fold this up. And we'll park him over here. And we'll jump in our McCormick tractor. And we're going to have to, I was really hoping we'd be able to harvest that grass. Kind of puts a wrinkle in the plans. We'll have to purchase some grass to feed our goats with. So that is what it is. But we can go ahead and plow the field. Myself a whole lot of room. So I guess we'll be go ahead and getting this field ready for grass. So let's go ahead and just set this down, and we will allow to create fields. Let's get lined up the best we can here at the edge. Put that down. Yeah, I was really hoping we could cut this grass, but it's okay. We'll just purchase a load of grass in our forage wagon, and we'll use that to feed our goats. Nothing we can do about it. We just have to deal with it. So let's go ahead and about right there. Go ahead and turn him. Now, if you play on this map and you start in new farmer mode, you end up with these two plots of land, three sugar beet fields, a cornfield and a wheat field, and about $5 million worth of equipment. I didn't want to do that. It was just a little bit much. So I kept the one shed, and there was about 4 machine sheds as well. Let's go ahead and line up here. Now this grass field is not going to be perfect. Now eventually we will be purchasing the 2 fields here that have sugar beets in them. Not for sugar beets. I mean, they will be it will be turned into more grass. Um, but I did leave us with $150,000, and that's to be able to buy the goats and the chickens. But before we do that, we'll have to purchase some grass to feed the goats. Now the chickens will have some wheat. Now I don't know how much wheat we're going to get off that field. It very bad yield, 22%. Like I said, it's not going to be great, um, but it'll be something to get us started. And we don't have seasons on. That way we can replant our fields when we get done. Um, but I have a sneaky feeling it is going to take a long time to harvest that wheat field. So since it is so big, these are very big fields. A lot of these fields are 20 plus acres. There's a bunch of small fields, but now we're not going to be having a whole lot of fields. Now I will be, like I said, I'll be purchasing these two fields here that border this for grass fields, to increase our grass field area, because all we are going to be using on this map are cows, goats, and chickens. Now the chickens won't go into further production. We will just be using those for eggs, just to have extra income. And the goats and the cows and buffalo will be the way we make our money from production building. So we are, like I said, I'm not worried about this field being perfect, because it's going to get bigger eventually. But we will maybe try to clean it up in the future. Let's go ahead and get in there. But as you can see, he hadn't even made it all the way around the field yet. It says he almost has a full tank though, so that's good. So maybe we're going to get more than I thought off that field. Like I said, the yield's not great. But anyway, so initially we have enough money to buy chickens and goats. I know we'll have enough to buy all the goats. It just depends on how much the grass is, on how many chickens we can buy. But we'll have wheat, so we will be able to start with the chickens already being fed. And like I said, we'll just have to purchase grass for the goats. Probably purchase about that forage wagon holds a lot. I'll probably purchase about 60-ish thousand grass, because I don't know how much they're going to go through, and we won't be able to cut this field until November. So after we get it planted, of course we're going to have to lime this field, fertilize the field, and also roll the field, plant the field. It's going to be a lot that we got to do. So the first couple of episodes are all going to be about getting the farm set up. Like I said, I was hoping to be able to cut this grass, but apparently not so. So we're just going to have to, we were going to turn it into a grass field anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and get that going. And we may not be able to buy all the chickens up front, because we are going to have to fill up our fertilizer spreader and lime spreader to do this field. Now, liming the wheat field, I'm not really worried about this first time. It's going to be expensive to lime that field. We will fertilize it, but liming it would be really, that I don't even know if our fertilizer spreader will fertilize the whole field. I did get a fertilizer spreader that goes up to 50 meters and also has it holds 4,000 liters of fertilizer, but it's expensive. Like, now we will get one fertilizer with our planter, so we only have to fertilize the field once. in between. Now, once we plant the grass, we'll only have to fertilize this field once each time, once each cut. All right, so he is full. Let's get in our trailer here. Yeah, he did not make it very far. I don't even know where he's at. Looks like on the other side of the field over here somewhere. I think he made it around the headland. I don't even see him. Where is our harvester? These fields are huge. He's way up here somewhere. Yep, there he is. Yeah, this field is huge. Like, it doesn't look that big on the map, but once you get into it, but like I said, all we're gonna do on this whole entire playthrough, am I gonna be able to get into there? Or is that tree gonna be in the way? No, I can. So he hadn't even made it around the headland yet, and we've got 20,000 liters. So you can see we're gonna have plenty of wheat. Or we're going to go ahead and go feed the chickens. I believe that chicken house holds 20,000, so that would be kind of perfect. But like I said, the first few episodes are going to be about getting the farm set up. It's going to take us a while to bale all this straw. Now, we won't be selling the straw. We can't sell it. We will be putting the straw into that silo, because that silo also makes TMR. And that is a modded silo, so just in case you were wondering. But this field is going to produce a lot of wheat. We probably won't ever need another field. Most of the fields that we buy will be to increase our grass production and also to put down more animal pens. And like I said, cows, water buffalo, goats. And what we're going to do, the cow barns I'm going to use hold 70 cows. They're 70,000, I believe. But we're going to have to get a TMR mixer, not because we'll be mixing TMR, but because we're going to need it for getting into those cow barns, because they are very very tight. Alright, so this trigger is kind of touchy. Quite close enough. Let's just back up and start over. Alright, but there is our goat pen. I believe it holds 104 goats, which is fine. I mean, we might be able to in the future do bigger ones. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. And our chickens will have food once we get some. Let's go ahead and finish getting this field done, because we can set a worker on fertilizing. And actually, let's check that real quick. Are we getting... No, we're not getting fertilizer. Not getting anything off of this. So, yeah. Alright. So we will have to... What we'll do is we'll plant the field, and then we'll roll the field, and we'll fertilize it again. After we plant it, we'll roll it and fertilize it. But we can use workers, and like I said, we can do contracts. I will be doing some contracts, but because they're going to take so long, those contracts are probably going to be done off camera. Because even the fertilizing contracts, I'm not going to be able to fertilize the whole field, probably with one load of fertilizer. But I'm looking at how much wheat we're probably going to get off this field. I'm not going to do that harvesting contract, just because it's huge and it's going to take forever. I'm probably just going to do some fertilizing contracts. So I'll do 3 fertilizing contracts, just for some extra money. And we can only do contracts till the end of this year. After December of this year, there will be no more contracts. That's it. And we have to be self-sustaining after that. But to get going, like I said, I left enough money to buy chickens and goats. But we're going to have to do some contracts because, I mean, the eggs, we're going to get about 4 pallets per month. Like, not quite four full pallets, but about 4 pallets per month from the chicken house. And the goats, I have no idea how much milk it's going to be. But to even get a dairy, it's going to be 210,000. So that's what we're going to be working toward first, is getting us enough money to put a dairy down so our goat milk will be more valuable to us. But we will be having to sell goat milk and eggs. Eggs are going to be our primary source of income for a little while. I mean, we will make some money off goat milk, but once we get the dairy, then we can start turning the goat milk into other products and making more money. Now, we will not be having any further chains. We won't be having like anything that uses eggs. We won't be having, other than the dairies. Now, we will have multiple dairies. We won't be having any kind of flour production or anything like that. Our wheat field is strictly going to be used for chickens. We are going to have quite a few chicken houses once we can buy more land. But that is what our wheat field is going to be used for, is only for chicken feed. There will be no flour production. We won't be doing sugar or bakeries or anything like that. It's just going to be the dairy. That is the only. Now, we can have as many dairies as we want, but we can only use the dairies for animal products. Like, we won't be using eggs any further because everything that takes eggs takes other things as well. And like I said, the only crops we can grow would be for chickens. Now, I think this one wheat field will be sufficed for quite a while, because even with as bad as this yield is, you can see we're getting a lot of wheat off of it. So we already got 20,000 liters, and he's just now about to finish the first head of it. So, and like I said, the grass, we will be purchasing grass. I bought a baler, mainly for, when we need grass for the goats. I don't want to have loose grass to feed them. I'd rather just put bales over there. We do have a bale trailer. So we will bale, 10 or so bales probably at a time. And then the rest of it will be picked up with a forage wagon and put into our production over there. Which makes, it will strictly be for making TMR. It will make hay, it makes silage, and then we can put the straw in there, and those three things together make TMR. There is another one, I think, where you can put mineral feed in it, but we won't be doing that. We'll just use whatever uses the grass and straw. Those will be the ones that make our TMR, and it makes a good bit. It makes like 4,000 TMR for each recipe, but we're going to need a lot of grass. So like I said, that's why we're planting this field. We will go ahead and pick this up. I'm going to try to edge this field over here so it doesn't have that little crook in it. Actually, no, I'm just going to paint over that right there, because this is going to be our entryway. So let's go ahead and pick this up. Put the plow back. Just drop the plow right here for now. Let's go ahead and grab our planter. Now, this tractor might not be technically strong enough to pull this planter, but we're going to give it a go. Now, I did purchase seed and fertilizer just to see how much it was going to cost to fill this thing, and then just reset my money because I wanted to know how much it was going to cost. So the first, we need to go ahead and switch this over to grass. see if it's going to recognize this field. It does. Okay, let's go ahead and get him started. And we will be having to empty the harvester soon, so might as well go ahead and do that. So we'll get that planted. Once he gets the field planted, then we will roll it, and then we'll fertilize it for the second time. But this is the Frankenmuth map. I don't know if I said that or not. But it is a modded map that came out on Mod Hub. So it was almost full. Let's go ahead and just pull him right here. We'll only be able to take 1.5 loads, so we're going to go ahead and just drive back to the silo. The silo is right beside our barn down here. We'll drop this wheat off. I mean, we're going to be needing wheat every month to feed chickens, but don't know how much we'll need. Now he is getting that field planted, so hopefully there won't be any issues with it. But we're going to go ahead, leave this trailer here for right now. We're going to go get the forage wagon. We're going to take it over to our little purchasing silo, and we'll purchase some grass to feed the goats with. I think it's in the building, isn't it? Yep. And I may end up getting rid of this building because I'm not a fan of it, and put us a open type shed down. I'm not a fan of this one. Not that it's a bad shed. I'm just not like, I don't like having to back in things. I like being able to pull through. Saves time. Alright, so we're going to pull up under here, and we're going to fill with grass. Now we're going to watch how many liters we get. I'm going to get, I think, 60,000. $62,000. So that was, yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. 3,000 something for purchasing grass. Now, I think this is going to hold about 20,000 liters. I'm not 100% sure. But we'll find out here in a sec. Okay, so it holds 10,000 liters. Or 15,000 liters. Or 11,500 liters. That's it. So, and that's not counting meadow grass whenever that comes. But since we have grass, we can go ahead and purchase goats. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to go down here to goats, and we are going to purchase the full grown ones. We're going to purchase all 104. All right. And we have a lot more money. I thought the grass was going to be more expensive for that much, but we have enough to buy our chickens too, so they're already fed, so we will buy chickens. And that will be, we're going to buy 250 at a time. It costs 13,000. So, and then the last one will be 200, which will be 11,000. And that gives us our chickens. And that leaves us with 21,000. And that will be burned up on lime and fertilizer. So let's go ahead and just leave that there for now. Go get hooked back up to the trailer. I was about done with the headland. And paint. This little piece. Where was it? Right here. So we're just gonna kind of curve that off a little bit. Yep. Alright, so he is getting going with that pretty well, and this is putting down fertilizer, yes. Yes, it is. Alright, so, alright. Okay, now he should figure out the rest of the field, however he's going to do it. I'm not sure how far it's gonna. Oh, we'll find out. Okay, so yeah, he's getting close to being full. Let's go ahead and get down there and get him unloaded. So 60,000 liters off this field. You see, it's yeah. We're gonna have plenty of wheat. We won't ever need another wheat field. But this is only 22% yield too. So once we like lime this field and fertilize it and roll it, we're going to be getting a ton, just a ton of wheat off this field. But now, that being said, right now we don't need that much wheat. But once we get more chicken houses, yeah. And in my current plan, if we're looking here, I will be purchasing field 20 and field 21, as well as prob- probably all these fields up through here. This one, and then these four here. I'm not going to buy this one, these four here, but that will all be just for cow barns and more chicken houses and you know, goat things, goat enclosures, because that's all we're doing is animals. And like I said, wheat is the only crop we can grow besides grass. I will need more grass than wheat. Um, But right now, this wheat field is going to suffice us for quite a while on chicken houses. But our first order of business will be to get up to 210,000 to buy the dairy. I'm not going to buy the small dairy. Um, it's just not worth it. Um, it takes too long to get products out of it, and it doesn't hold much. So, like 2 to 3,000 liters of each thing, maybe 5,000 at the most. Um, it's just, in my opinion, not worth the money you spend on it to put it down. Um, but it's going to take us a long time to build this field as well. So, yeah, I mean, we're not even going to get the harvest done in this episode. Like, it's. Um, and this series will be coming out on Saturdays and Sundays. Um, I think, or it might be Friday. No, Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday is what it will be. Um, it will be on Fridays and Saturdays, and then Riverbend Spring will be Sunday through Thursday for now, but we may end up doing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with this one, and then Monday through Thursday on Riverbend Springs. And then our survival challenge will be on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Um, Now, I won't have any more Farm Sim series is going. 3 is enough, especially when you have like off-camera work on each one of them to do. Um, but I wanted to do an animal-only challenge. I've never done that, and this area has like huge fields and plots of land, which is perfect for putting animals down. Um, like I said, wheat and grass, and that's the only 2 crops we'll have, and the only productions we will have will be dairy. Unless they come out with productions that only use dairy products to make other things, and most of them are going to require like sugar or something other than uh, animal products. Now, if they come out with something that just uses eggs and makes something, I will consider that production. But I've not seen anything like that, so we're not going to bank on having anything like that. He is still going. He looks like he'll be finishing up this planting pretty soon, and then we can start rolling that field. And then we also could start baling this field. Or not baling, picking up with the loading wagon, but I'm gonna have to empty it for that. I'm not gonna bale. I'm gonna loading wagon the straw. So I think what we'll do is we will go ahead and put this in the regular silo to feed the goats with. Now, when I cut the grass field, I will bale probably 10 bales at a time. Like when we get low, the next grass cutting we'll we'll bale the grass. Um, but yeah, I think we'll go ahead and start picking up some of this. But anyway, this should be a fun series. I've never just focused on animals, so and like I said, this thing holds an insane amount. It's like 200 something thousand. Yeah, it's a little cheaty, but you know, most of this kind of work right here is going to be done off camera. I'm doing it now just because I can't do anything else. I want the workers to plant my fields and do all that. Because realistically, with fields this big, you're not going to do it all yourself. This part I have to do myself, I can't put workers on. So that and the baling and picking up the straw and the grass and baling and all that has to be done by the person. So I don't feel bad about using this loading wagon because, like I said, most of this will be done off camera. I'm doing it now just to because I don't have anything else to do while they're harvesting and planting. Um, I was really hoping to be cutting grass and baling grass and picking up grass today, but that grass could not be mowed, so we had to purchase some. But that grass that we purchased will feed the goats for a few months until we can cut the grass, and then we'll start using bales. And if we have any grass left over in the silo, we'll just move it into the fermenting silo that makes the TMR as well. I really like that mod that they made it to where it makes TMR now. It also makes hay, so we don't have to have three different productions going to make TMR. Or, I mean, obviously you can do it with bales, but it also stores the TMR for us. And with the TMR mixer, you have to, put bales in. Um, Make the mix and then go back and make another one. This way we'll just be able to fill up the TMR mixer from the silo, go feed the cows, come back, get another load, go feed the cows, that kind of thing. We're not going to have to drop bales into it every time we need a TMR mix. That's going to be, now there are cow barns that make TMR mix, but again, you have to put the straw, the hay, and the silage in there. So I think honestly it's going to be just less time for me, because if I was having to make the total mix rations in a mixer, it would take once and now at the beginning it's not the first. Our first cow barn is gonna be the water buffalo, and then the next one will be Holsteins, and then we will alternate back and forth as we build more cow barns. My plan is to have about 10 cow barns and 10 goat pastures and 10 chicken houses. That's like kind of want to go, and I want to have 10 to 15 dairies going, so we're making the max amount of products we can make each month. Because once we start getting a lot more product, pens in, those dairies aren't going to keep up with the production that they make. But you can see this. We've already picked up 70,000 liters of straw, and we've basically not even done the headland. That's why I got this big loading wagon, the unrealistic loading wagon. Yeah, 70,000 is 27%. But you can see how much it would take to do this. Like how many trips. I would have already had to make 2 trips. I'd be working on my 3rd trip with another loading wagon. So I would already be doing my 3rd thing. So it's just going to save me a lot of time. Like I said, I'll be doing the first couple of episodes is going to be us harvesting the sweet field and getting the grass field ready, and me picking up straw. Maybe the 3rd episode we'll do some contracts. I might try to do a couple of contracts off camera, but I'm not. I was going to do that wheat harvest, honestly, because it's 50 grand and I would get extra wheat, but I'm not going to need the extra wheat right now. So I think I would just stick with fertilizing contracts. And, like I said, I can only do 3 of other contracts besides harvesting. If I do a harvesting contract, I can only do the one in the month. And I can only do contracts until December. So I probably will do some contracts off camera after we finish harvest, we will. Honestly, I'm curious as to how much we're going to get. Like really, really curious as to how much wheat we're going to get. I did not think we would already be at basically 80,000, which because he's almost full, and we've already put 20,000 in the chickens and um, another almost 30,000 into the silo. So didn't think we would be getting that much wheat off of here. I was thinking maybe 70, 80,000 tops. All right, he's full, so let's go ahead and cut this off. Let's go ahead and drop this in there. Get him emptied again. And then we can check on our grass field and see if he actually completed it or not. So if we look at our animals, chickens, it holds more than 20,000. So, but we put 20,000 in there, and if we go here to this, we already have 47,000 in storage, and that's not counting. Yeah, that's not counting what we have right here. So, so this is going to put us over 60. This puts us over 80,000 that we've already harvested, and he's still got, yeah, at least the same amount as as we. Yeah, we're not going to need wheat. Um, Actually, I could probably, if I wanted to, turn this into a big grass field, but we're not. We're going to keep it wheat. We won't be harvesting but once a year anyway, because it takes like 8 to 9 months to grow. But that's that. Let's go get into there. Let's go ahead and fold this up and double check and make sure it all got planted. Looks like it did. Looks like he did a good job with it. The workers have gotten so much better in 25. This was the part down here I was concerned about. I didn't know if he would get it all, but it does look like he did. So let's go ahead and park the planter in here. Yeah, I'm probably going to get rid of this shed off camera too and put down a pull-through shed because yeah, I just don't like it. I was going to keep it because it came on the farm, but I'm just not a big fan of these. Alright, our roller is on the side of the building over here. And I was going to go with the bigger roller, but it just kept unfolding on me randomly. Like I had purchased the bigger roller and it just kept unfolding on me randomly and like making a mess in the yard. And I was just like, it would knock other things around. So I just went with our old standard one that we used on Riverbend Springs. So let's go ahead and get him in here. Looks like he may have missed a piece or two here and there, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and set him up to do this. Now we drop this off and go ahead and pick up some more straw. Actually, that's going to be our video for today. I will bring you back in for the next episode, which won't be till Friday, but we'll be right here where we leave off, where we've left off. I will, like I said, do the other stuff off camera. after we finish the wheat harvest. But I do appreciate y'all being with me here today. And if you like the video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, and also don't forget to leave comments down below. All that stuff for you is free, and it helps me and the channel grow. And I do appreciate everybody supporting me so far. We're about to hit 100 subscribers, so thank y'all for that. You guys rock. I hope y'all have a blessed day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.